Hello everyone and welcome. Let's cover Demonic Inquisition in Heroic today. Now for the tanks, thankfully the difference between normal and Heroic is not much. There are no new mechanics that directly affect us, but there are a few things we need to watch out for. And that's basically if you see a purple zone on the ground, don't stand in it or run through it, it does do damage. And when Atrigan turns around to target someone with calcified quills, do not stand in front of Atrigan, as you will get hit by the quills. Now going over the normal mechanics again, do not stack on top of Belak after the beginning initial period. At 95 to 98 energy of Atrigan, what you want to do is start kiting Atrigan, so use a movement ability in order to start kiting, so that when he hits 100 energy, you will already be far enough away where you won't get hit by the Blade Storm. One thing that does need to be noted about Heroic is the fact that the demon inside of the jail does need to be tanked because it does hit a lot harder than in normal mode. So make sure you communicate with your tanks a little bit better and communicate when you're going to jump in and jump out of that jail cell, just so that you always have an active tank inside. Now melee, there should be a group of about 5 or 6 people split between melee and ranged DPS that are on an interrupt rotation of Pangs of Guilt. There should be a few people on backup, and this falls on melee DPS mostly since they have on average shorter interrupt cooldowns. You should not be doing any DPS to Belak when he is casting Fell Squall, or to Atrigan when he's casting Whirlwind. As a melee, if you are targeted by the quills, which won't happen too often, what you want to do is run away from everyone in the group and hang out outside so that it hits you and only you. If you get debuffed by Echoing Anguish, which is cast by Belak, make sure you run out of the group and either call for a debuff or wait for your debuff to run out, but you don't want anyone else to get hit by that AoE around you. Ranged DPS and healers, the new mechanics are mostly going to affect you. So if you are targeted by calcified quills, which is being cast by Atrigan, DBM will warn you, and what you have to do is run away from the group because you can see here that it comes as a frontal cone attack that spreads out. So run to a corner, be away from everyone so that no one else gets hit by this. Also, if you are targeted by Suffocating Dark and a purple zone spawns underneath you, make sure you run out of it as quickly as possible. Both of these new casts do make your torment go up faster, so make sure to jump in and clear your torment at any point that's above 70 to 75 torment. One thing that you should be very aware of is to not stand near the entrance of the room. If you stand near the entrance of the room, you have the possibility of dropping one of the purple Suffocating Dark zones in the entrance, which when people jump out of the jail, they'll land straight into that Suffocating Dark, taking increased damage and increased torment. So make sure you spread out on the right hand side of the group as best as you can. Do not stand in the entrance of the room, and the left of the room should also be reserved for the Whirlwind kiting. Just like normal, do not damage Belak if he's casting Fell Squall, and do not damage Atrigan if he's casting Whirlwind. So overall, the two big differences between normal and heroic are the casting of calcified quills and the casting of Suffocating Dark. And again, to counter calcified quills, run away from the group, run away from anyone else to the edges of the room, take that cast there. And for Suffocating Dark, just make sure you don't drop it near the entrance or the left hand side of the room, because that's being used for landing in and for kiting. Thank you guys for watching, and as always, good luck out there.